Today's an exceptionally warm day. Today's the 4th of December, and we are like 68 degrees here. It's crazy, but beautiful. I like it. So, anyway, I'm actually in the middle of doing a bit of getting my workshop sorted out. We've got a workshop this weekend. I've got my wood burning stove installed, my new one, and I'm just rearranging the tables and everything. But I have been doing a little bit of throwing in between, as it were, and I've just thrown some small bud vases and I've slipped them with a red iron oxide slip, which is 25% red iron oxide and 75% red clay. So I'm actually now just at that point where I just want to scratch through the red slip with a hacksaw blade to the clay underneath. I quite like this Scrafitto technique. So come and join me. I've got a few more to do. Yes, we're having a spring clean. Not a spring clean, a winter clean. I'll just show you that. I don't know if you can see that wood burning stove there, how I brought the pipe right out from the wall. So the stove is now more in the middle of the room, and I'm just getting ready to put that concrete slab on top of those bricks on top of the burner there, as a drying platform. I've held the pipe up to the ceiling with wires that hang down just to support it. Anyway, let's get this old camera on the tripod and do a couple more of these there they are. I've slipped them not very long ago and they're just drying now, and I've done one and I'm about to do one more. So let's see what we can do. I sort of work in a like freehand way, and tools that I'm using at the moment are a lemon zester, and I'm just doing this simple decoration, scratching through. So you just want to catch this at the right moment. You don't want the slip to get too dry, neither do you want it too soft. So I hold this and I draw it down the side, you see. You really don't want it to do it when it's too soft, otherwise the surface of the clay with the red slip, it gags in the little holes here on the end of the lemon zester, you see. You don't want that. You want it to be just sort of slightly powdery enough so that it just comes off easily, you see. That's my theory anyway. Of course, when you're following the form like this, you have to take the tool and bend your wrist around to follow the shape, which is not always so easy, you know. Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't flow like you want it to. be honest with you, this one is just slightly harder, which is making it a bit more difficult, in which case these guys I've got here I'm going to have to put down in the shade, because I'm getting the sun on them at the moment and it's making them too dry. So I'm just going to just put those down there, just hide them away. I'll do one more with the lemon zester and then I'll do... So, are we in the picture? I hope you can... I made these just recently. I've actually made a clip of myself making them, which I haven't uploaded yet, but probably be my next clip. So you'll see that actually before you see this. It gives this kind of pattern. Best thing is if you're doing, let's say, a repeat decoration like this, so you do one on one side and then just turn it 180 degrees, and then you can do the next one, and then you turn it just 90 degrees to do the ones in between, you see. It's pure rocket science. Okay, so there's a couple. Now I'm going to take the end of my hacksaw blade, which is a broken off saw for sawing metal, if you don't know what a hacksaw is. And you can see that it's got two ends. It's got a round end and it's got a flat end, plus it's got a toothed side here down the side. So what I'm going to do is I use on the flat end here, I have ground off on my grindstone an angle of about 60 degrees. So I'm going to use the corner of that. It's a very versatile tool, this, and you can use it for doing many different things. It's actually I think, a very useful part of your pottery toolkit, a broken off hacksaw blade. Okay, so I'm now going to what I'm trying to do is a feeling of some sweeping grasses, just you know, like you would see if you looked out in your field, you'd see, you know, some grasses. So I'm digging in and cutting through. Let's bring the camera, see if we can get it a little bit, whoops, a little bit sharp. I'll change the focus on this thing if I can find the switch. Try and bring it in a bit. It's nothing very complicated doing this. I'm just, you know, but sometimes it's good to see, isn't it? So I'm kind of using the side of the pot as a rest almost, you see, as I turn my wrist. So I've done some grasses. Now I have to turn it around the other way, because whereas my hand can go around to the right easily like this, I can't get it to go around to the left. It doesn't want to. So in order to get to go around to the left, I have to turn it around like that, you see, and then I can make it work. Maybe your wrist is the same. That you cut through the slip, you see, on the surface to the clay underneath. And there it is. Well, you may say, all right, Simon, but well, is that it? What are you going to do then? Well, what we're going to do now, you see, when these are dry, we're going to bisque fire them. So that's the next thing after this. They're dried and then they go to be bisque fired. And then, and after the bisque fire, they're taken out and they're glazed all over in a milky white glaze that I use. It's the one I call PB. PB without the iron oxide in it. And that covers over the iron underneath, tries to come through, and or does come through, or not, depending on the thickness of the glaze and the temperature. But where I've scratched it here, you get this. If you get this Scrafitto effect. I've got a little one inside I could show you. Just bear with me. I'll be back in about 36 seconds. Dee 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 dee, 34, 35, 36. Just wanted to show you this one. This is one that this is not a bud vase, but this was one that was dipped in red iron oxide, the same as this one. And in fact, I didn't scratch through with this one, now I'm thinking about it. I put wax on it. I put wax flecks on it. It doesn't matter, it gives the same effect. And then I dipped it in the milky white glaze, which you can see on the inside there, you see, because the red iron oxide slip was only on the outside, so you can see the colour of that glaze on the inside. But you can see what I'm talking about, how the iron, you see the iron is breaking through in places and not in other places. You see, you get this little sort of spotting effect here. I don't know if you can see that, which I like. This is, you know, if this was cooler and not or the thickness was a little more, you wouldn't get this iron breaking through. It would be more covered. But you can also get quite a nice subtle sort of bluey grey coming through. Anyway, just to show you that, let's finish this one. So, steady hand, keep the thing into your waist, into your tummy. It's not so difficult doing this, you know. You teach yourself how to do it, you know. Just get the pot, put some slip on it, and start. You know, you find you teach yourself. You might need somebody like me to say, "Go on, give it a go. You can do it," and you might surprise yourself. You see. Now, of course, you can vary the kind of decoration that you do here. You want to make sure you scratch through enough so you can see the clay underneath coming through, you see. I think if you do this, you'll find that you'll find it quite rewarding. So I encourage you to have a go. Make your wrist you might discover you've got a gift, a natural gift for it, you see. Okay, so there's a couple of those like that, and here's another one which we did. Maybe we'll do something. Maybe we do something different with this one. Yeah, we could try again using the corner to do some flex, which is just digging in with the corner and pulling away. Dig in, pull away, dig in, pull away, dig in, pull away. So we'll start at the top. And as you get down, you get the flecks get smaller, you see. Something like that. Be inventive. I quite like this one. It can make quite a subtle, quite a nice subtle decoration. So you push down and then pull out, you see? Down, out, down, down, out and away. Push down and away, away, down, away, down, away, down, away, down, away, down, away. They look a little bit like, they can look a little bit like something that you see resemble something in nature, maybe seed pods, you know, like plants on the top of the plant will have a seed pod that might be, as summer draws on, as it were, the seed pod begins to kind of bend, so you get a little bit of a bend to it. So there's that one. Anyway, there's just a couple. Lemon zester and a hacksaw blade. Two useful tools if in your pottery armory. Okay. I was going to say something, I can't remember what it was. What was I supposed to say? Well, we've got a workshop here this weekend anyway, coming December 8th and 9th. Do actually have one space available there still, if anybody's interested. That's here in Williamsburg, zip code 16693. Let's put this focus back a minute. Yeah, 16693. If you don't know where that is, you can use that to find out. I can't remember what it was I was supposed to say, but anyway, never mind. There's always one thing I can say, isn't there? And that is keep practicing. Hey, see you soon.